Well, hello there, mamas. My name is Mama Mudhoni or Rangeshi Wandere Kihara. I'm a mommy of two. I have a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old. I run a business called the Mothership Village where we support you and your family from the time you're pregnant all the way to the time that your child is preteen. We offer lactation, nutrition, counseling services, as well as nursing services. I also run a business called Mama Modoni Foods, where we sell the best sweet chili sauce you'll ever have, amazing nut butters, and unga ya uji. Today we're going to be talking about something I'm really passionate about marriage. And for some reason, from before actually I got married or around the time when I got married, I feel like God put in my heart that I have a ministry for marriage. I say this a lot on my stories, how I feel so unworthy about it and I keep waiting for God to slap me so that I can actually take it more seriously. You know, the way God slapped most of the people in the Bible to accept their calling, like Moses, Meshika. Anyway, one thing I always say is that marriage is a scam. The people who are not very happy when I say that, but it is a scam. Like everything you ever imagine about marriage when you were young and unmarried, it ain't it. And then you always get into marriage thinking, mine is going to be different. It will, but still, it's like you get into marriage for character development, for God to humble you and to calm your expectations. Because actually, it's most times it's just the expectations that you had of this person and of this institution that this person is not able to meet, and you're not able to meet theirs as well. By the way, you don't think it's only that person not meeting yours that makes marriage a scam, right? Now, the level of scam, these are my beliefs, okay? This is not factual. The level of scam, I think, depends on you and the person that you choose to marry. So the people who are in a very big scam, the people who are in a very small scam, and the people who are in a beautiful scam, like for me, I say marriage is a beautiful scam, you know? I still get disappointed sometimes, or, you know, it's not the way I had imagined it would be, but it's still beautiful and I wouldn't have it any other way. Eh, I speak about postpartum depression and who I was affecting my marriage because I came into marriage with a lot of trauma and a lot of baggage that I thought in my mind I had dealt with because I had tried to discuss these things with my husband, my boyfriend, my husband, before we got married. And remember, I had gone through Mizizi. I spoke about this, I think, in the first episode, where I went through Mizizi and I also did a labastron. But I feel like I did a labastron when I was not mentally ready. And then when I was at the end of finishing Alabastron is when the thing that happened to me in 2014 happened. So I wish I did Alabastron after. Because now the one before 2014 it was good, but I feel like the baggage of 2014 is just the biggest one in my life. So going through Alabastron, Mizizi, and really, like I'm really outspoken and I really try to speak about my expectations. I thought I was coming into marriage without a lot of baggage, but turns out I had a lot of baggage and a lot of my expectations and things that I thought were the way they're supposed to be were about me and my traumas. Anyway, come postpartum depression, I am super resentful, I am super critical, I am super angry, as in I was an angry, bitter woman. But in all this, all I would see was he is not doing, he has not done, he has said, he has. And I'm not feeling, or rather, sometimes he will do things like he'll decide he's going out with his friends. And to me, why is he going out with his friends? He's not thinking about me. I ask women a lot this question a lot on Instagram. Like, why are you imagining that your husband should be staying at home? Like what? Anyway, going through therapy and going through wisdom for mothers, especially wisdom for mothers and the relationship with your husband and relationship with God and relationship with yourself. I told you it is cut into points. Just in case you didn't watch, there's relationship with God, relationship with your husband, relationship with children, relationship with self, and relationship with your environment. So those three really made me realize that one of the things that I had done was I had put my husband in a space in my life that he did not deserve. Nobody is deserving of that space. No human being is. Only God should be put in a space where they can affect your life. So realizing that I need to remove this human being from there and put him here where he deserves and leave God there and God alone, so that it's only God's actions that can affect my life. It really completely changed me, like completely changed our marriage. Because now, when things happen, and things will always happen, this person has a completely different life from you. I have a completely different life from them. Now we are coming together to merge and have a semblance where we are two, but we are one. I don't know whether that is making sense. Like, we are not like this. We are like this. It's one, but we are two. So he can go to his work, have friends. I can go to my work, have friends. I can have my life, but we are still one. I don't want people to say that I'm saying that we are not one. We are one. As in, I'm not telling you that you and your husband are not one. You're one, but everybody still has their own life and has their own individual interests and their own individual everything. None of them has died because that now you're married. Now, understanding that his actions have nothing to do with me, and that his needs and his personality, for example, my husband is sanguine, and he likes being with people and talking and etc. I'm not like that. So now, him being a sanguine has nothing to do with me. So him feeling like he needs to talk to people, my daughter is the same. My son actually is the same. I feel like my daughter is more like me. She's a sanguine, but not. Anyway, TMI has nothing to do with me, because now I would feel he's gone out with the boys, or he's gone to see Sijui who, and therefore he does not care about me. Honestly, what does him choosing to go out and watch football have to do with me and my life? Does it have anything to do with me? No. Me realizing that him waking up on a Sunday or a Saturday morning and wanting to laze in bed doing nothing is not him being inconsiderate about me. It is him wanting to just rest and taking it as just that, and not thinking that that action has something to do with me. But then it's changed my life, changed my marriage. And whether this is one of those things that I'm finding it so difficult to explain, because one of the things that I got out of Jesus, out of wisdom for mothers and therapy, is joy. And it's one of the things I had really asked God for: joy, peace, and joy. And the thing that now I do not give my marriage power over is the ability to steal my peace and my joy. So I'm finding this thing a bit hard to explain, because it is really so hard to explain. But basically, what I'm trying to say is, there's a point at which in my married life, I had given my husband power to determine my moods, to determine my happiness, to determine, like, if he decides he wants to sleep and not come downstairs, I'd be upset for a week. If he decides, let me think, he doesn't want tea, he wants uji today, I'd be upset. Oh, he's not appreciating that I made him tea. If he decides, as in, you get, and they're not at any, it's not even at major things that are life changing. It was really simple everyday things that he's living his life. But me, I feel the translation that I get is, he's doing this to hurt me. He's doing this because he does not appreciate me. He's doing this because I'm not pretty. He went here, he doesn't want to go with me because I'm not beautiful. Maybe even in his mind, he had not even thought that he would want to go. Maybe they don't like going places. So if he doesn't ask me, I want to be asked so that I can say no, right? But him, he knows I'm going to say no. So he doesn't feel like he can ask. But not because he didn't ask, you're ugly. Okay, she's ugly. That's why you're not being asked. He's not proud of you. And then I'm upset for how long? A week or two. So I'd given him so much power that now when I took it back, not away, I took back the power and gave the power back to God, because that is where that power belongs. And now seeing myself as who God believes Wangeshi is, not who I think my husband thinks I am, because he was not even thinking like this. All this thing was on me and my self-esteem issues, not him, right? Taking back that power, I now got to a point where his actions don't affect me, because his actions are his. And another thing I speak about on my stories a lot is, happiness is an inside job. And sometimes when I talk about this, people say that I am propagating old type of marriages. But the truth is, your spouse is not responsible for your happiness. You did not get married for this person to make you happy. You are the only person who can make you happy. So when I realized that, and realized that it's only God who can give me peace and joy. And when I got peace and joy, sometimes I'm unhappy. Like, he might make me upset, but I'll be angry and then I move on. I won't be upset for a week, or rather I won't be angry, or I won't be unhappy, and I won't lack joy because someone has decided to do something that was good for them. And this person that you're angry with for 1 week, then they moved on with their life. They're not harboring anger. And anger is really bad for your health, by the way. Now I realize that. But when you give this person this power, and you uku gloomy and resentful, and you're screaming at people, and you, even if you're not screaming, you're just a bitter, angry woman, it does nothing. As in, I realized it was not doing anything for me. But when I let go, it changed my marriage so much because, one, I stopped being critical, right? I stopped needing affirmation. Remember, I spoke about in the earlier episode, because I believed I was so ugly. No matter how much affirmation I was given, it was never enough because I did not believe I was beautiful. Now, when I believed I was beautiful and I believed in myself as who God sees me to be, it did not matter whether today He tells me I'm pretty or not. Because maybe today I've dressed extra nice and I need Him to affirm me. If He doesn't, if He remembers, well and good. If He doesn't, imagine I still have peace and joy. So what have I said? I stopped being critical, I stopped needing affirmation, and I stopped being insecure. And it was not even it was just insecurity of I am not enough. And when I did that for myself, I was able to view him so differently. And because I viewed him differently, and because I was more gracious with him, things just became better. Like, I told you guys I had wanted to move out in July of 2020. By December of that year, even if I was telling him, hakuna penye naenda wapi. As in, there's no place I'm going. I'm here. We are here. We'll stay with each other. We'll love each other. We'll fight. We'll etc. But now, because things had gotten better and had gotten to the place where I'm not getting peace, and I'm not looking for peace and joy and affirmation from the marriage. Because that's not the job of your husband, and that's not the job of the institution. The institution of marriage was created to serve God. It was not to serve you as a wife. And a lot of narratives about men are trash actually come from the point where we come into marriage as women. The narrative that we have been given is that marriage is supposed to serve us. In fact, you're the one who's supposed to be the servant. Your job as a wife is to serve your husband. Your husband's job is not to serve you. I think that's correct from the Bible. You're the helper. So the two of you come in to serve God and you come in to help, right? So the purpose of this place is not for you to be happy or for you to find things there. You find happiness within yourself and you find happiness in God. And that realization for me was everything. And these days I have so much peace and so much joy and so much, not even just from my marriage, but the way when your marriage is not okay, or one aspect of your life is not okay, like if your business is not okay, you let it seep into your marriage, and then your marriage is not okay, you let it seep it into your children, etc, etc. But these days, because I have so much peace and joy within myself, no aspect of my life when then it's not going okay seeps really into the other, because at the end of the day, God gives me peace and joy. And I think what I'd really want to encourage you ladies is seek therapy. But then everybody needs therapy, and seek God, and God will give you one wisdom. We are told that the wise woman builds her house and the unwise one destroys it with her own hands. And based on what I'm telling you, I was actually destroying quite a bit of my marriage based on where I was. And I'm not saying that the person does not have fault in your marriage or in my case, but sometimes just changing yourself will also make the other person want to also change themselves, and they see God in you and things become better. This is a very hard episode to explain, but I hope mmeshika. I hope you realize the difference between joy and happiness. Joy is innate, it's radiating. For me, I usually tell people I feel like it's coming from my knees. Happiness is here, like in my mind. Like when I'm angry, I feel it here and here. But joy is my whole body. And when you seek joy, even when you're unhappy, you still have joy. And you will not look for happiness or joy in your marriage. You look for it from God. And finding God and finding yourself in God will give you a more peaceful and happier marriage. I hope this has been of help, and I hope that you'll be able to find peace and find affirmation from God and not from your spouse. And when you do that, I really promise you things will be better for you, your marriage, your family, your business, and everything. Thank you so much for watching all these many, many, many episodes of me talking about my life. I hope it has touched you in one way or another. Bottom line, that I would really like to encourage you: Jesus and therapy. It truly does change lives. Please subscribe. Please share this video. Follow me on Instagram at mamamudhoni.ke. See you next time, guys.